My ankles are showing. I'm in all gray. I'm in a grout fit.
That's like almost like blue gray.
Is it?
Yeah. It's still like dark gray, but like it has like a navy gray.
Navy gray.
New color unlocked. And you have spooky socks on.
Yeah, my socks. Are we gonna go do outfit of the day first?
Out the gate?
Out the
Should we
gate?
switch it up? Well, first of all,
oh, hey.
hello.
This
Welcome
is
back.
Oddvice Podcast.
This is the Oddvice Podcast hosted by us two. I'm Kristen Maxey.
And I'm Alex Coate.
And that's all. So every episode we usually say what we're wearing on our song of the day, but we usually do that like before we start the actual part of the episode, but we're going to start it out the gate.
Yeah.
Let's
Off
switch it
top.
up. Yeah.
I'm just like in a grout fit mood. This is from Wally World.
I hate when people call it that. I don't know why.
Why?
It's, you know what? It strikes the same hate in me as when people call things yummy. That like aren't
Really?
food. You know when people use that?
Oh, yeah.
I hate that.
How do you feel about Justin Bieber's song?
But that's different. He's talking about like
He's not talking about
eating
food.
children. He's literally talking about
Right.
that. But I'm saying when people are like, "Oh man, I love your outfit. It's so yummy."
Ew.
Like that.
No, yeah, that's
Not it.
not it.
What do you wearing?
My socks say, oh wait, I have them on the wrong feet. They say, which please?
Which please? They're spooky socks.
My spook socks. And they're fluffy with orange toes.
We also have a spooky pillow here because it's officially October.
Oh yeah.
This is coming out October 3rd. Happy spooky season.
It's spooky season.
Our whole house is decorated right now. It's very cute. I posted a vlog of us going and spending way too much money at TJ Maxx. If you guys want to check that out, we decorated everything. Our house is a vibe right now, to say the least.
It is. I think we're spooky season girls.
Oh, yeah. Through and through.
Through and through.
I wish I could
It's
be
in our
like this
blood.
year round. What am I wearing? I'm wearing my Patrick Star socks. They're really, really long, though. And then my checkered pants. These are from a store called Dressed in Lala. They have really, really
Cute stuff.
cute stuff. So cute. Cute sets. And then my Teddy Fresh t-shirt. And then I did my makeup really, really dark today.
I thought you were gonna get up and go show them.
Oh, no, I was just readjusting. On our Patreon, we have 3 tiers, and our top tier, the Hella tier, has we do like a weekly Zoom call every week. That's what weekly means. And we just had it like right before we started recording, and we got ready on the Zoom call for this. And I looked at Alex and I was like, I kind of just want to do like full send dark makeup. So I did dark wing, waterline eyeliner. Like I haven't done my makeup like this since middle school.
I also think it's like changing your mood today.
Yeah. You know what? My mood already got put off on the wrong foot. I think that started it. And then that made me want to like go dark makeup. And then like, it's just.
You're a Hellraiser right now.
I'm like angsty
right
right now. If you're wondering why I'm in a bad mood, I want to put it on blast.
Oh shit.
So Tanner and I were on FaceTime this morning, and I was booking a flight just for something irrelevant. And I was filling out my information and asked for my birthday. And like we were on FaceTime, and I looked at him. I was like, when's my birthday? Not expecting that to be a challenging question at all. Like it was just more like
Just like a joke.
just a joke. And his face froze. I've known this man for
10 years.
a decade now, and his face froze, and he didn't know my birthday. And I was like, "Are you serious?" Like,
What a
literally,
POS.
no, for real. I gave him like 5 minutes to get it, and he was like, kind of like looking around his room, and he goes on his phone. I was like, "Don't look it up. Do not look it up." And he pretty much looked it up.
Are you on famous birthdays?
I think so, yeah. But like, I'm so mad. He forgot my birthday. That's really important to me, and he forgot my birthday, and that just like feels weird. So that's why I'm wearing eyeliner today.
I'm wearing blue mascara. In case you guys fucking care, you probably don't.
You don't care.
Okay, in honor of doing things out of whack today, we're gonna do our song of the day as well. We usually do song of the day. At the same time, we do outfit of the day, more towards the innards of the episode.
I feel like we're like going over an itinerary for a fucking summer camp right now.
Yeah. My song is "What's for Dinner" by Dominic Fike.
Do I know that?
Maybe
Is it new?
it's on his newer album. Yeah,
Okay. Oh, I was gonna say play it, but we're gonna get copywritten.
I'll play it for you later. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. I'm not worried anymore.
I feel like we're in silly, goofy moods.
We are. We're like kind of hazy from last night. We'll tell you what we did last night in a sec. But like, it's like the in between of like not being hungover, but still like being like having alcohol in your system and like not having a full night's sleep. Like I'm just like
loopy.
I don't have like a specific song of the day, but I have been on such a like pop punk kick.
Like what era?
I just had a peanut butter bar. Let me drink water. I feel like I'm like Paramore specifically.
Oh.
So the other day I work out at Orange Theory. Great workout if you haven't done it before. The coach, she was clearly on a kick too, and she was just playing like all old school Paramore, Blink, like just old school stuff. And after that, like that whole like my walk home, like in my AirPod that whole day, like I just had all that music going.
You really are angsty.
You sound like a concerned mother. Honey, you really are going through something.
Is there something you want to talk about?
I think I'm okay. It's just like honestly, I feel like when it gets cold, like Persona, like it's time to be edgy.
Yep.
Like it's not like happy summer anymore. Now it's time to be like
moody.
Yeah, that's a word.
And gray. That's why I'm gonna graph it.
Right, and that's why I have boatloads of eyeliner on my face right now. If you're not on a visual, just come over here real quick, look at it, and then leave. Like,
and then go away.
I probably look like a meerkat. But yeah, that's my, I guess, song of the day.
Paramore. Do you want to pick your favorite Paramore song?
I mean,
just go listen to all of Paramore's discography.
Every single song ever. Last night though, oh my God. So we went out to an event, very like wholesome event. It was for a wellness space called Remedy Place that just opened here in New York. There's a location in LA. It's like the best thing ever. My friend Jonathan started it. And he started as my chiropractor and then very quickly became just like one of my really good friends. He's like the coolest guy ever. He's one of those amazing friends that just like knows something about everything.
Yep.
And not in like a cocky, annoying way. Like he's genuinely just like,
oh yeah,
insightful.
Yeah.
Right. And anyway, he opened one here and we went and saw it. It was a beautiful space.
Oh my God, it's gorgeous.
If you're ever in the area, you could do things there like acupuncture, chiropractic stuff, ice baths, like little yoga classes, sound baths, hyperbaric chambers, cryotherapy, IV therapy, just like wellness stuff, but like cute, like not like hospital vibes. You know what I mean? Really nice event. And like I said, it's wellness. So like everybody's walking around with like their holistic cocktails. Like it wasn't like a rager event, but knowing Alex and I, we got literally one holistic vodka cocktail in our system. We were hunting down everybody who had an hors d'oeuvre, all the catering people.
No, we were standing at the stairs, like where they were coming up from the like prep kitchen area. And I was like, we were both the first people to grab everything off of there.
Delicious, by the way. Jonathan, if you're listening to this.
So good.
Like chef's kiss, whoever you picked was great. We got one drink in my system. I look at Alex and I'm like, should we go out? It was like 8:00 too. We're in the Flatiron. Like we're in a great area to go out.
And like I had thought that we'd be at that event a little longer and like we got cute and we got ready. So I was like, we have to make a night out of this.
Right. We were saying like at the very least, let's get food after. Like,
right.
We've got to make it worth it. We looked really cute. And she was like, yeah, I do want to go out. And I was like, fuck.
Like, don't do this to me because I'll say yeah.
Right. And I was like, should we? And she's like, no, we already said it. We're going. So we literally like got one more hors d'oeuvre, said bye to Jonathan, and went and got dinner at it was called Saga Ponak something. It was good though. It was like it was good, and we got more tipsy there, and then we went to, where was the first bar we went to? Joy Face.
No, so we were standing out. So we walked out. We're standing like right outside the Flatiron building. I swear to God, we were standing there for like 25 minutes, and we did not see one cab pass by.
I was like, are we in New York?
That was available.
What the hell?
Everything was full, and it was Ubers were like. I think the Uber that I was about to request was like $47 to go a mile and a half.
It's ridiculous.
We're like, what the fuck? So we ended up using like a different car service, and it was way cheaper.
Yeah.
Ended up getting in the car and ended up at Joy Face.
Really cool bar. If you're ever in the area, it's like retro 70s vibe. You made a good point about how like the aesthetics.
It was super 70s, and I feel like 70s 80s, I don't know, it felt like when we walked in, I felt like we stepped back in time. And there's a lot of bars, especially nowadays, that like try and like give off that vibe,
right? Try to be like a retro bar, like,
but it's end up like super cheesy, and like no one's really into it, but this bar felt like a bar that was from the 70s and just like stayed that way.
Yeah. Nobody was on their phones.
No
I noticed
one
that
was
too.
on their phones.
There were literally people. It's set up like kind of like a house party. Like you walk in and there's a waterbed.
Yeah.
Like literally a waterbed and you could sit on it.
And people were like laying on it and like fucking around.
And there's couches everywhere. It's super hazy. There's a big disco ball in the middle of it. All the bartenders are like so good, so quick, barely talk to you, but know exactly what you want for some reason. Like, everybody's like making out. Like
yes. Did you see the couple making out on
the couch?
Like it was such a vibe.
It was literally, you went back in time. It was so cool.
And the music was really good too.
I think that's what helped with like the zeitgeist was like you weren't walking into a themed bar with modern music. You were walking into the zeitgeist. Like it was so cool. So go to Joy Face if you're ever in the area. We went there for a little bit. We got one drink and then we were going to meet up with another friend and he didn't end up coming, but like we ended up leaving that place anyway. And we went to Ding-a-Ling, which is like right down next to it. That was fun. It's always fun there. They always have like really good like 2010 R&B.
Yep.
Like Cassie, Neo.
We were screaming, was it Glamorous?
Yes. Fergie. Yep.
Fergie.
Like it's just all that shit. And that definitely got us more fired up for the night.
Yep.
Like I feel like right after Joy Face, the night could have definitely turned into us like going home.
Yep.
Like we had a few like nightcap, whatever, go home. But then honestly, Fergalicious came on. I was like, let's take shots.
No, yeah, we got hyped.
And we took shots. And then we went to Blue Haven and met up with our friends. And then one of your friends who was actually DJing there.
Yeah, he's one of those friends that like we've always followed each other on Instagram and like we've seen each other like a couple times in real life. But I hit him up because we were meeting our other group of friends there. And I was like, I knew that he DJ'd there Thursday nights. So I hit him up and I was like, yo, are you DJing? And he was like, yep. And I was like, all right, we're coming through. So we showed up and he's such a good DJ.
So good.
Literally every song is a banger. And you're like, it's one of those songs that you like don't expect to hear next.
Yes.
And he plays it and like the crowd loves it.
It's the perfect mix of he plays something but it's not like the basic top 40.
Yep.
Like it's oldies that like you still know, but you forgot you knew. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, he was killer.
It's really good.
He was really good. We stayed there till the bar was pretty much empty when we left.
Yeah,
like literally the busters were like strobing down, and then we were on our way home, and it was trash night. Trash everywhere on the streets. Obviously, it's New York City. And first we saw a lamp and we like really need a lamp in our living room right now. It was like a basic like white lamp from IKEA. And I was like, wait, should we take it? And Alex was like, no, like we can find a way better lamp. It's not cute. And then right next to it is a Dyson vacuum, like one of the stick ones, like really nice, like swivel ones, not like an old school, like big chunky boy. Right. Like the like nice sleek ones. And I grabbed it. And I pressed it and it works. So we copped a Dyson vacuum last night. It's literally sitting in the corner right now. It's dead. So I bought a new charger. I also bought a new filter for it. I mean, I think it's going to end up working. We're obviously going to clean it and stuff. Like clearly they threw it out for a reason. But it's in perfect condition. And Dyson, you can buy all the parts to like finesse it up. Yeah. So we can like kind of rebuild it. Come up. That's a $600 come up, guys. I hope you guys are cheering and clapping your hands hearing this right now because we were hyped. That was the height of the night. Yeah, it was. That night really went just, if it was on a line graph, it went like that. It went up the whole night. Yeah, it did. It was a good night. It was a really good night. It was the first night where we felt like we had like friends in New York because we like met up with a group of friends and they, I don't know. Like they were like, hey, like it was like they like wanted us there. Yeah. It feels kind of pathetic. So sad, but like we're new. We're new and we haven't had like a core group of friends out here, and we had that so well in LA. Like that's something that we left behind. So coming out here, it's always just been us two going out and like meeting like a couple people here and there. But we had like a core group last night. Yeah. And it felt really good. Like we're making friends. Yeah. No, I thought that getting ready this morning. I got out of the shower and I was like, I need to remember last night. I'm going to cry. We need to remember last night because like, this is it. We're doing it. Mm-hmm. This is a huge stepping stone in like us moving here. Mm-hmm. We're going to think back on when we met these people. Yeah. And like last night was one of the big ones. Like this is the start of
a friendship.
I was gonna say something new, and then High School Musical popped in my head, and I just like didn't want to go there. But like, yeah,
it's important.
We're gonna like, oh my god, remember back when we met so and so? Like it's we're living it right now.
Yep. Remember that first night back at Blue Haven?
Mm-hmm. You can argue that's how like every life moment is, though. Like we're living it right now.
Yeah, it's just we don't always have those like mental check-ins to remember the moment and like really take it in. So like I had that mental check-in and that like remembering moment when we met Tanner in Chico that whole weekend. Like I have a few of those, but I'm sure there's so many more that I just didn't think to like take in.
I want to write down like everybody important to me and then write down how I met them. I think I'm going to do it.
Yeah, that's great.
I'm going to do it. I shouldn't have had that peanut butter bar.
Also, this week, speaking of new experiences, we are both going on dates.
OMG.
On Wednesday.
Look what happens to me.
What?
Tanner forgets my birthday. Yeah. I'm like, fuck you, I'm going on a date and wearing eyeliner.
No, but he knows about it. He's cool with it.
No, yeah, he knows about it's not shady.
You guys are like damn near in a polygamous relationship.
I don't know, man. I had to be honest with him though. Like I was supposed to go on the date last week, but something fell through, whatever. So we're, like Alex said, we're going this week. And like hours before the date, I just started to like, I was like doing my laundry, but like I had such a heavy chest and I was like, why do I feel this way? Am I nervous for the date? Like what's going on? And I was like, oh, I feel weird that I'm like doing this.
Tanner
and it's not right. And it's not because like he needs to know, like, I owe him or like I'm doing something behind his back. It was more just like the respect of it, I think.
Yeah. And I think there's just like this weird line with you guys because he is your best friend. And this is such like it'd be like you not telling me.
That's exactly how I, digested it once I realized why I was having anxiety. Like,
yeah,
it was because I just straight up wasn't telling
somebody
like
I
talked to
it
every day.
From him.
Yes. Yeah. But like, and I didn't want it to come off as hiding.
Right. It's just the subject of it felt like hiding.
Yes. But like, I had no shame.
Right.
And like, he knew when we moved out here, like I told him from before we even made the move, I was like, Alex and I are moving and we are single. And we're like, I'm still going to like be open. Yeah. Granted, I have done nothing, but like, it's like a mental thing that I think I just had to give myself. And yeah, he was still is so supportive of it, which is great. But yeah, I told him and he was like, whoa. And like, I could tell like, sure, for a sec, like he was shocked. But then after that, he was like, are you nervous? Like, how do you feel? And I was like, I don't know. Like, I guess I am kind of nervous now that like I told you. I'm now able to kind of like process the next layer of my emotions, and I think I'm kind of nervous. And he was like, you're gonna be totally fine, like you know this guy, like he's not a stranger. Like he like made me feel better. And I was like, this is so crazy that you're like making me feel better about a date when like I love you.
Oh my god.
Anyway, that's my life.
Do you want to tell them how you met this guy?
Oh yeah, okay. So the guy I'm going on the date with, a few years ago, I went to Dubai with the W Hotels. It was like a really cool brand trip, and I brought my friend McKenna, and it was like, I think it was like the first party of the trip with like all the creators that were there, and we were up at this like rooftop thing, and McKenna and I were sitting there, and like we were kind of tired. I mean, we were sitting at a party, like we were tired, and we were actually about to go back to our room and just like call it a night because we were super jet lagged, and this guy just like walks up to us. Hey. We're like, hi. He's like, I'm so-and-so. Like, who are you? Oh, Kristen, McKenna, whatever. And he sat and talked to us for like a long time. And we obviously like spent the remainder of the trip with him because he was there. He wasn't there as a creator. I think he was like a creative director for one of the brands like that the W Hotels brought or something. I'm not really sure. But he was really, really cool. And that was the last time I've seen him. But kind of like you were saying with the DJ, he's just somebody... We've been following each other since. So you feel like you kind of like see their life? Yes. Like when we catch up, like he'll refer to something and I'll know it based off like what I've seen on Instagram over the years, and vice versa. But yeah, we obviously haven't seen each other since. There's been times over the years where like, so he's obviously New York based, but he'll be in LA and he's like, hey, I'm here for like 3 days. What are you doing? I'm like, like I got shit going on. There's always something that comes up. Yes. But now is like finally the time we're like, we're going to just catch up. I don't know. I'm excited. I'm calling it, I'm calling it catch up because I don't want to call it a date because I will start freaking out. Yeah.
But I don't know if this makes you like feel better or different, but like he does see it as a date.
But what's the difference? I'm not going to act different.
No, not how you guys act, but to intentions behind it. Like friends could meet up and go get coffee and catch up, but like he does see a romantic intention.
Oh, that freaks me out.
That's not bad.
See, that's why I don't want to see it as a date. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying there's something wrong with him. It's me. Like, if I go in now knowing.
Do you not see romantic potential?
No, because I don't see romantic potential in anybody this early on. I have to know you way more to even see romantic potential. So no, I don't.
Okay.
Like at all. But that's not like a never will thing.
Got you.
It takes a lot for me. I really got to know you. Not like everything about you and then I'll consider you, but like I don't know anything about him.
Yeah.
How could I see romantic potential what if he tells me he killed his dog on purpose? Like, but silly example.
Right.
But what, like, I don't know him. How could I don't know. Do you see romantic potential that early on?
If there's
you guys listening too.
Yeah. If there's like an attraction, if there's
like physical.
Yeah. Not like, I don't know, not just physical. I don't know. It's like this weird gut feeling. Like it's an attraction to like your physical being, but also if I feel like there might be a spark based on like what I might see. I don't know. It's hard because like you guys haven't seen each other in person.
We have, but
years
ago.
Yeah, years ago.
See, I don't like. Sure, I remember like parts of our conversation. I remember liking him as a person.
Okay,
but I don't remember enough.
I guess it's more so like a spark. Like if I see a spark, I think of that as romantic potential.
So that's something that I think is the purpose of this date. Is I won't know that until I see him.
Okay,
but I do get what you mean. Like when you are around somebody, you do know right away.
Yeah,
I totally relate to that. But yeah, I mean, as much as I know of him and have met him once, in a way, like he still is a stranger as far as like his story.
Right.
So that's my date. Who's your date?
Oh, I don't know, some guy off Hinge.
Well, come on, give him one more.
Yeah. He hit me up on Hinge, and I, as you do on dating apps, I just didn't respond.
Right.
And then he hit me back like a week later and was like, he asked, like, the thing is like he asked a couple like pretty good like intro questions. Like it was, I remember looking at it and thinking, and I probably like came up with an answer and like just didn't send it.
Yeah.
Didn't respond out of pure laziness. And he ended up hitting me like a week later and was like, never mind. So I saw that and I laughed, and I think I responded and I was like, sorry, like, I don't know, I didn't see this or something, and ended up answering his questions. We did like a couple back and forth, and then I think he asked for my number at that point, and then I didn't respond to that either. And then
how long was that?
That was like a week after.
Oh my God.
Like a week after I didn't respond the second time, he hit me again and goes, just whenever you're ready. So that second time I was like, okay, I respect this guy's persistence. Like,
especially on a dating app, like you said, it's
so common that you don't respond to people
like 90% of the time.
Right. So,
but he like pushed through it in like a creative way.
And like funny. Like I saw his sense of humor and I was like, okay, we could get along.
Right. Because it's the worst when people are like, or not.
Right.
Like, relax, Joseph. Relax.
Get over it.
Or not. I mean, I guess I'm not that cool.
Right.
Shut up.
It was funny. His approach was funny.
Yeah.
So I ended up giving him my number, and we ended up like chatting the whole night and the next day. It felt like a really comfortable conversation. Like it wasn't to like get to know you. Like we were talking about, it was the day that we had gone and got like all of this Halloween shit. So we were like talking about that. Like it was a normal conversation. Yep. Then the topic of like the date came up. Oh, because when I had first responded to him on Hinge, he had asked about the podcast, and we were talking about the episode. Which one was it? Does life imitate art? And he was like, I'd love to like get drinks and we can like talk about it. That's such an interesting topic, blah, blah, blah.
Hot.
Yeah. So the topic came up again when we were texting, and this weekend Kristen's mom's coming to town. We just like have a whole bunch of shit to do with the podcast. So this week has been really busy for me. So I was like, what are you doing next Wednesday? And he was like, you mean in 8 days? And I was like,
I'm so excited to know more about his humor.
Too.
It's so funny.
He's really funny. So I was like, yes, in 8 days. Like, sorry, I have a lot of shit. Like, I have family coming to town this weekend. Like, I just have a busy week. And he's like, yeah, I'm not doing anything in 8 days. We can get dinner. So we're getting dinner on Wednesday. I'm nervous.
No, me too.
But like, I think I get nervous when like I don't like understand the other person's thoughts on the whole date thing.
Right.
And he seems really confident.
Okay,
and I think that's
relate to
making
that.
me feel better.
Mm-hmm.
Like he seems
like he'll almost carry it.
Yes, he'll carry. And like I see that in him, like him obviously being able to like double hit me up twice on a dating app takes a lot of fucking balls.
For sure.
The like he's texted me like every day.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's clearly interested, and I think he's holding this confidence, and it's making me feel better. Like he can almost like carry the date. Whereas usually when I go into it and like this level of interest isn't shown off the bat, I feel like I have to carry.
Yeah.
And like that's where I get anxious about date situations.
Right.
So I don't know. I'm excited.
That's a good point though. I feel like that confidence, it's the perfect balance of like confidence but not cocky.
Right.
Obviously that's the perfect cocktail we all want to find in a person, and like persistent but tasteful. Like
and not like he didn't overdo it.
Yeah.
He like took the opportunity to show his humor.
Right. I also feel like there's so many types of dating, like the dating where you match, you talk for a second, and then you set up a date, so you talk more. There's people who think like, okay, like let's save all this for the first day, all this talking.
Right.
I feel like you and we like it when no, I want to get to know you a little bit before the date, your humor, your like you said, the way you view the date, like feel it out so we could be prepared for how the date's gonna go.
Right. And that takes like it takes
so much pressure.
Yep, it takes the pressure off.
Then it just does feel like you're meeting somebody familiar rather than like essentially a blind date.
Exactly.
I totally relate to that. I mean, when we had to postpone our date, he called me, which I totally respected too. Like I would have been nervous if he FaceTimed me. I think I would have been like, like I don't think I would have answered. That. I looked like trash too. But he called me, and then not only like hearing his voice, but remembering it.
Right.
I was like, oh my God, okay, this is someone
familiar.
This isn't like, I felt a little bit better. So it made me like calm down about it.
Right.
In the same way that I feel like you feel about this guy.
Yeah.
So we can't go to the same restaurant.
No.
Because I feel like we'll just like not.
No,
we won't.
Like I will be so out of focus.
Like stupid. But come to the same area, and then we can like meet up after or something.
Yeah. So I've seen a couple girls do this on TikTok. We'll go to the same area. We'll find a restaurant close by, and then we'll do the same time. And then afterwards, we'll meet each other for a drink at a different spot.
Love that.
And we'll decompress.
This is so great.
Yeah.
Or should we wait to decompress and like podcast it like the next day? I guess we do this anyway. We'll decompress and then we'll decompress again. Yeah. This is how we filter a lot of our life, is like we react real time and then we like tell you guys and like relive it. And then I feel like whenever we tell something again, like new things come out.
Yes.
We're like, wait, I never saw it that way. Ugh.
Exactly.
So either way, you guys look at the story.
I'm excited. This like made me more excited.
For sure.
Should I text them?
Do we? Are you not texting right now?
No, we are.
Oh, I'm not. I don't want to text. No. I think like the way you guys started, it makes sense.
Right.
But like
we almost like needed it.
Mm-hmm. But like what are we talking about?
Yeah.
Like are you guys texting like, hey, what are you doing? This? Like that type of text?
No, we're still like carrying on a lot of the conversation that we had like the first night we started texting.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Where it's not just like checking in text.
Hey.
Like
no.
It's not high school.
No.
Not that. Okay, let's get into this beefy episode. So we're going to do another personality test. I hope you guys are okay with that. It seemed like a lot of you guys liked it. I think something with the personality test is so satisfying. And if you took it with us as you listened, like I hope that was a good experience too. But we want to do the Myers-Briggs test, which we'll get into in a sec. But we also want to dive a little bit more into the Enneagram, just a few more points that we feel like we missed. Our Patreon episode that we did, the follow-up of that Enneagram episode, a lot of the people on there were saying like, hey, you guys should look into how your types interact with each other and look into your wing types. Mm-hmm. So it felt like there were two big things that I do kind of remember from taking the test the first time, because I remember I was a 3 wing 2, but now taking it this past time, I don't remember getting a wing, or we didn't scroll down far enough to see what our wings were.
Right.
So I feel like we missed like a full half of it. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to do the Myers-Briggs test.
And I was actually talking to my therapist about it. She was like, it was cool to get insight from her, because I was talking about all of these things that kind of like summed up my personality and how it like justified how like who I thought I saw myself as. And a big part of like all of this is a lot of you guys were saying was like childhood trauma goes into this, and that's something that I'm also talking about with my therapist. So it was cool to like see her insight on the topic
as a professional too.
As a professional, to like go into it and like also justify all of these points.
That's really cool. And speaking of therapy, we're going to take a quick break for our sponsor. This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp.
BetterHelp is online therapy done in the comfort of your own home.
BetterHelp also has so many lines of expertise that might not be available in your area. And you can also switch up your therapist at any time for no charge.
BetterHelp is offered worldwide, and you can start communicating with your therapist in under 48 hours. And what's really cool is you can message them at any time. I feel like in-person therapy is Thursdays at 4, and then it's like problems come up all throughout the week. So you can message your therapist at any time with BetterHelp, and they'll get back to you in a timely manner.
It's like having a like really, really professional best friend.
Yes.
That like you could text when something's going on, and they won't just like instigate the problem. They'll actually like help you through it.
Right.
And you pay them.
Speaking of paying them, BetterHelp is really great because they also offer financial aid, and they're more affordable than traditional in-person therapy.
So yeah, we preach therapy all the time, and I just want to stress that just, even if there's not something big going on in your life right now, therapy is still really, really great. I always tell people, I wish I started therapy when I wasn't desperate for it, because I am very grateful that I was able to like find a therapist quick and really click with her, and like she helped me through my darkness. But think of therapy as like a tool, or taking your car to the shop. It's maintenance. It's maintenance. You don't want to just go to the car shop when your check engine's on, or when it's totaled. You want to go every couple thousand miles just to get a tune-up, quick oil change, and easy maintenance that's not stress on you. Think of therapy like that. So if you're thinking about getting started, I just think it's worth it. Even if you're the happiest you've ever been, just talking to somebody every week or whenever you want and just telling them that is also really, really healthy.
It makes all the difference.
For sure.
That's great. I love a good analogy.
All right.
So if you guys want to check them out, visit betterhelp.com/Oddvice. That's better HELP, and join over 2 million people who have taken charge of their mental health with the help of an experienced professional.
Again, that special offer for Oddvice listeners. Get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/Oddvice.
Thanks, BetterHelp.
Okay, so like we said, we want to kind of go into these Enneagram wings. It sounds like it's the numbers that
are on either side of the number that we got. So like, and it's a circle. It's a circle.
It's a circle.
It's like a circle life.
Circle life. I kind of feel like it's, I feel like that whole episode we were putting a lot of zodiac references, and I feel like a wing in this term is kind of like when you're a cusp of something.
Yes.
Or when you have these other signs in your charts that kind of teeter what we go towards, which is like your sun sign. I feel like everybody, I have an Aries tattoo because I'm an Aries sun, but you're so many other things.
Right.
I feel like that's kind of how this is. Like I'm a 8, but like I'm also this, a little bit of that.
It's also like connected.
Yeah.
That's
right.
Cool.
It's interesting. That Patreon episode also had me kind of like starting to dislike the Enneagram, because people were giving so much insight, and it pretty much just amounted to like,
yeah, we're all like a little bit of everything.
Right. It's like fun to find your thing, your category, but like just don't put so much pressure on it. So let's look at our wings. So my wings obviously are 7 and 9 because my main number was 8. It says that I'm 82% 7 and 43% 9. So the 7 wings are spontaneous, versatile, and maintain a sense of playfulness and optimism in everything they do. At their core, 7s fear missing out on worthwhile experiences and want the freedom to seek out adventures in order to remain joyful and satisfied. So someone in that Patreon episode also explained, because they were a 7 too, and they said that exact paragraph. And I remember while we were reading it, I was like, I totally relate to that.
Whoa.
And then when we like discovered the wings thing, I was like, okay,
That
I feel
makes
like I'm going to
sense.
start relating to the 7. A 7 wing brings curiosity and vivaciousness, vivaciousness to the 8 personality type. What's vivaciousness mean?
Isn't it like bubbly?
I have no idea.
Like you're vivacious. Let me see.
I've like heard it, but I'm so bad at
Let me
vocabulary.
look it up.
While 8s are controlling, tending to force their will on others to avoid feeling vulnerable, 7s are much more expressive. Developing a 7 wing for 8s then can help turn the 8's desire to be in charge into something more cheerful and idealistic, using the 8's practical doing skills to rally support for bigger dreams and plans. 8s with a 7 wing are one of the most entrepreneurial types of Enneagram, and they use their skills to create opportunities for themselves and others.
Vivacious means attractively, lively, and animated. So yeah, like bubbly.
Okay.
Wow, I do be knowing words.
I don't know shit about nothing. I'm telling you, it's like really bad. A 7 wing can also help 8s let go of their self-preservation tendencies. 8s believe that showing vulnerability makes you vulnerable. No shit. And 7s recognize that having spontaneous fun and making mistakes along the way is all part of the process. Being in control is empowering, but real strength implies showing your vulnerability and learning to go with the flow so you can embrace new people and situations rather than fighting them in every step of the way. It says, I'm quick-minded, enterprising qualities. Isn't enterprise a car rental? Self-forgiveness, self-confidence, and optimism. That's nice. I feel like the 7 did kind of water down some of the really harsh things that it was saying about the 8 that were like the bossy and the stuff that was like making me sad.
Right.
Like it's making me happy that like this is saying like it's not bad. There's still some really good quality. Like the 7 brings it back to earth, it seems like.
Right. One thing that my therapist touched on was she was like super pumped that I told her we did this test, and she was like, so you swing back and forth between your wings depending on like your if you're in your growth era or
flop era.
Damn near. So it sounds like 7 might be your growth era, and that shows like all the like lightness characteristics, whereas like the other side might show like you're more so like darkness characteristics,
like my eyeliner versus no eyeliner.
Right.
What are yours? I mean, we're both 9.
Yeah.
Right?
So I was thinking we're both the same-ish percentage 9. So maybe that has to do with like why we're such good friends.
What's your percentage for 9?
49%.
Oh, wow. And I'm 43.
Yeah. Okay. So wait, let me hop back up a little bit. I'm 49% 9 and 72% 2.
Okay.
I'm not going to go into the 9 wing. Oh,
well, you should.
It'll be different perspective, right?
Wait, will it? I didn't read my 9 because I thought our 9s will just be the same paragraphs. Isn't it the same thing?
No, it talks about a 1 with a 9 because yours talks about an 8 with a 9.
Okay, let me finish this then, right? Let me like, and then we'll go into that.
Yeah.
Okay, my 9 wing says 9s are easygoing, self-effacing people who are motivated to create harmony in their environments. A 9 wing brings a quietness and moderation to the 8 personality type, where 8s can get domineering and angrily passionate about their desire to take charge of a situation. 9s take a more detached approach. An 8 with a 9 wing then will still seek out positions of leadership, but will pursue them in a calmer, less let's charge the battlefield way, put in quotes in italics, than pure 8s. They're more patient with others and more receptive to alternative viewpoints rather than being wholly focused on their own autonomy. Developing a 9 wing can also help 8s protect the things they care about using softer methods. While 8s are obsessed with sniffing out the weak and possessively asserting their control, 8s with a 9 wing tend to be much more gentle and attentive. There's a laid-back quality that tempers the 8's enormous energy, and this allows them to support and reassure others. 8s who develop their 9 wing often make well-liked and competent leaders who are compassionate and forbearing with people. Strengths are quiet strength, calmness, self-effacing, agreeable, and attentive to others.
Okay.
These wings made me feel so much better.
Yeah. Because we're all a little bit of everything. Mine says it like does have that same format as what you said, but basically like it seems like your 9 evens out your like your fire in you, and mine evens out like my nitpicky and critical side.
So it's like kind of what your therapist was saying, that darkness, that like
it's the balance.
Flop era.
Right. So like one thing that you had said,
the battlefield thing.
Yeah, where was that? A 1 with a 9 wing then will be idealistic and want to improve themselves and the world around them, but will tend to teach and explain their opinions calmly rather than being critical or nitpicky.
Gotcha. It's this calmness.
Yep.
Like
so it's the calm in us.
It's like the Pisces.
It's our Pisces.
Yeah. It's like,
oh my God, that's so freaking cool.
Wow.
And then,
oh, sorry, go ahead.
My contributions of the 9 wing is flexibility, emotional control, balance, calm, and scholarly objectivity.
That's a big word.
Yeah. Oh my God, this is so me.
Doesn't it just feel so much better, these wings?
Yeah. Ones with a 9 wing are typically better positioned to consider alternative viewpoints and adapt to others' preferences rather than being wholly focused on their own. So it's literally just like the balance of...
I feel like these wings give just more data.
Yeah.
And therefore a more like articulate
approach
like, and answer of like each person who takes the test.
Right. Okay. So on the other side
2?
of my 1 is a 2. And what did I say? I'm a 72% 2.
Okay.
So this is my growth era. Okay, the 2 wing. 2s are caring, empathetic people who want to establish themselves as generous and unselfish in the eyes of others. At their core, 2s fear being unwanted, so they adopt a strategy of people-pleasing to prove they are worthy of someone's love. A 2 wing brings compassion and a helpful oriented structure to the 1 personality type. While 1s tend to force their opinions on others when they experience difficult emotions, 2s are sensitive to the needs of others and are willing to go out of their way to be of assistance to people. Developing a 2 wing for 1s then can help them to turn the 1's idealism into something more interpersonal, using those strong opinions in the lifelong service of others to stand up for and defend those around them. 1s with a 2 wing are often activists and strong advocates for a cause. Developing a 2 wing can also help 1s work more collaboratively, sharing creative ideas and solutions rather than judging others by how closely they match with 1's worldviews. 1s with a 2 wing are often willing to make personal sacrifices if this will help others. This shift towards tolerance allows them to loosen up, soften their corrections, and let go of their righteous judgments. Contributions of a 2 wing: empathy, sensitivity, warm human interpersonal qualities, and compassion. Do you think this tracks?
It sounds a lot more, I'm putting it in a really simple term, mushy than you are.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's kind of approaching it like the 9 paragraphs about how it is just kind of like making you softer.
Yeah.
Like making that 1 less harsh.
And you know what's crazy is my therapist uses the word compassion a lot. It's something that like with my control issues and with me holding in like my emotions a lot of the time, it does. I think that has put a block on my compassion as a whole.
Okay.
And I think it's something that I'm working on. So that tracks.
Right. Like it's like this, you might not relate to it right now because it's like not that era yet.
Yeah. But like it's
in you.
It is my growth opportunity.
And it's part of you, but you just have to like tap into it.
Right.
And somebody else is saying this on Patreon, like these types are related to like your childhood. So like, how do I say this? Like you're like working through it right now. So you're not going to like tap into who you are, who you were then. Does that make sense?
Right.
I feel like that didn't make any sense.
No, it did.
My brain hurts right now.
Oh,
I think I'm scared we have to take another test.
No, we gotta go study.
Look at my homework.
Okay. Yeah, that was cool. This made me feel more like a whole.
That's what I'm saying. Like it gave more insight.
Whole as in WHOLE, not HOLE.
Not like the movie holes.
Not like I'm missing a piece. I feel more whole.
Complete. And understood, honestly.
You guys want the Webster definition of whole?
Yeah, just leave it in the comments below. Yes, please. Okay,
this is cool.
I found an article. I want to do
oh yeah,
how to care for your friends based on their Enneagram number. This is by
it's gonna teach us a lot.
The Good Trade. So All right, we'll start with Enneagram Type 1, your perfectionist friend. So I need to read this. I really have to study this. Kicking things off on the Enneagram, 1s are the reformer types who thrive with structure and rules. Yet, while your 1 friends crusade for change and try to make the world a better place, they struggle with an audible inner critic, resulting in them being incredibly hard on themselves. Words of affirmation can mean everything for this number. 1's desire to feel valued by their contributions to the world and acknowledging their efforts, whether at work or home, is a sure way to express your love. Additionally, be kind to your 1 friends, especially in moments of conflict. Even if they may point out your flaws in the heat of an argument, try not to point fingers back at them, as they're likely already berating themselves. Instead, invite your friends to be honest, encouraging them to consider their imperfections lovingly. Remind them that you love them for who they are, not for the impossible standard they hope to become. I love that.
Read that again.
I love that so much. I love that. Okay, tips. Just the bullet point tips. Speak positive affirmations. Respect your friend's need for structure and order. Do your best to call when you say you will, and show up on time when you've agreed to get together. Always be honest and forthcoming is a core value for this number. Your 1 friends probably have a never-ending to-do list, so it's helpful if you remove some tasks from their plate. Urge them to use that free time for a lighthearted and playful experience instead. Adult coloring is a great option for this number.
No, yes.
Adult coloring, yeah. That's all I give with it.
Oh my
So
God.
how do you feel about that?
That made me feel so warm and fuzzy inside.
Is that it? Like,
Yeah.
to a T?
Pretty much.
What can I do to do better?
Did you feel like you learned anything from that? Or did you feel like that is something that we already have in our friendship?
Okay, I feel like I really understood how that resonates with you, but that's why I'm asking, I can understand it, but do I implement it as a friend? That's my question.
Yeah.
What can I do better? Do you mean to take tasks off your to-do list? Do you want to color?
The words of affirmation.
Okay.
I think.
So words of affirmation for me are weird. That's why I don't use them towards people.
Yeah.
But now knowing that it's something you value,
I think that's
I'll
what I'm
take it away.
missing.
What do I say?
I have no clue.
See, me either. If I was a words of affirmation girl, maybe I know, but you're doing a good job.
Thank you.
Your mascara looks really good.
Okay, I think shit like that.
Compliments?
No, because I took that more as I did a good job at my mascara. I don't care about the look, how it looks, but
okay.
I did a good job on my makeup.
Noted. I'll start. No, I totally
Yeah?
get it.
Okay.
I'll start.
Is that too much to ask?
No, it's gonna be weird for me.
Okay.
It's gonna be weird, but,
receiving it too, but I think it'll help our friendship.
I'm so bad at words of affirmation. I'm I don't know. Don't you just know what I'm thinking?
No. See? And sometimes your face makes it extra hard.
Oh, trust me, I know. You either know my emotion fully off my face, or it's what's going on behind those eyes. It's the eyeliner.
I want to read yours for you. Okay, Enneagram Type 8, your leader friend. I'm scared for this one. Okay. You likely know if you're friends with an Enneagram 8, this number is confident, intense, and not afraid to speak up for themselves or others. As action-oriented individuals, they have a lot of energy and, like 1s, are passionate about justice and order.
Justice. I love superheroes.
But 8s can also struggle to be open with friends, as they sometimes conflate vulnerability with weakness. For fear of being controlled, they remain guarded. To help with this, try offering your own vulnerabilities first. Love your 8 friends by respecting their independence while also nudging them to take off their armor. Affirm their strength, but remind them that vulnerability is a strength too. Tips. Respect your friends' opinions, even if you don't agree with them. 8s don't fear conflict, and they enjoy healthy debate and dialogue, so be firm in your own values while respecting theirs. If you need a shoulder to cry on, look to your 8 friends. While their intensity can be mistaken for insincerity, they love to be there for others. Acknowledge them as a safe and strong space. This can also encourage them to practice mutual vulnerability, a trait they struggle with. 8s are born leaders, so your friend will love it if you let them take charge. They also enjoy when others ask for their opinions when making plans. Oh my God, this tracks so much. If planning events or trips together, allow them to take over specific to-do list items like booking the Airbnb.
No, did I write this?
Okay, what can I do better to be a better friend?
Let me read this. So I think the vulnerability thing is big. And this isn't just you. I find this in just honestly like a lot of just relationships in my life is till I die, I will help everybody around me. I love giving everybody advice. I want to be a therapist. Like I love this shit. I mean, look at this podcast. But like I do wish people asked about me more.
Okay.
Like I know like my advice for others might make it seem like I take that advice too, but I don't. I mean, who takes their own advice, right?
No, but like, and it does not come off that way, but like that does make sense, because a lot of the times when I feel like you might be going through something, it might be something that I already feel like you have, like you're so self-aware that it's almost like, oh, she's got this. Right. And like, but you don't always got it.
Right. And I get that. And I do like that. Like, how do I say this? Like, you're not wrong to think that based off the advice I give. That's what I'm saying is like, you assume, and not just you, anybody can assume like she knows what she's saying because she helped me through a similar problem before and it worked.
Right.
But like,
you still gotta.
And just like the question helps too. Like, even if I do know what to do, like, I think it's like a sense of that mutual care for each other, because like I care about everybody and I know people care. Like I know it's not like a pity party. I don't like, I don't want it to come off like that.
It's just you always come off as like the strong one.
Right.
And that'll track like throughout, you know?
Check on your strong friends. Check on your strong friends. Coming from me. It's like, I don't know if you relate to, let me know so I don't feel crazy. But no, like,
this is great.
It's such a big thing. And
yeah, I
actually talked about this in therapy on my first session back a few weeks ago, because she was like, what's up? What's been going on? I'm like, I haven't talked to you in like a year. And I was telling her how like, you know, my anxiety got really bad for a minute. And I feel like annoying when I want to talk about it, because I feel like it's such like a Debbie Downer thing to talk about. And it like, I feel crazy. And that was like a big thing I was going through a few weeks ago, is I genuinely felt like I was going crazy. And when I would tell people that, obviously you guys were like, you're not going crazy, you're fine. But like,
it didn't help it
wasn't like I know it sounded like a almost like a silly thing for me to say, Alex, I feel like I'm going crazy. Like it felt silly, but let me back up a little bit. My therapist helped me put it into terms, like why I was saying that and why I was feeling that. She was like, it was a cry for help. Mm-hmm. You were saying that because not only did you feel it, but like you didn't know how else to put it in words, that you needed somebody to ask you why you felt crazy. Aww. But nobody asked me why I felt crazy.
Oh my God.
Again, not a pity party. It's totally fine. You're my best friend and you're great at doing it. Like it's fine. But like nobody I talked to during that was like, well, what's like, why?
Yeah.
It was just like, dude, you're fine. Dude, you're normal. It's normal. And like, I know it's normal. I'm not afraid of emotions anymore.
Yeah.
I'm aware that any emotion is normal, put it in quotes. It's just more like, I guess like talking about it and like letting people know like I'm in a really bad place right now.
Yeah. No, I relate to that.
Yeah. It's just like,
okay, noted.
So
I love this.
I need give compliments and words of affirmations and stuff like that more. I need to hype you up, and I just need you to check in with me.
Okay.
Deal.
We could do that.
Your hands are really warm. Okay.
I'm warm bodied.
Wait, notice how none of it was like for our types was physical touch.
Yeah.
We don't hug.
No. We should hug more. You know, I thought about it recently. Like, I haven't hugged anyone in a really long time, and I think I need hugs.
You can hug my mom. She's on her way. Kidding. One Vlogmas though, of like a year ago, 2 years ago. Leanna is totally a physical touch person. And obviously we were all living together, and every day of Vlogmas, she made it a point that in the morning I used to like make us all coffee. I'd bring it to them, and then Leanna would be like, all right, let's hug. And we'd all hug in the morning.
And it felt really good. We should hug in the mornings.
Okay.
We should. Sometimes we'll go like the full first half of the day, not even saying anything to each other.
But like not in a bad way. It's
no,
not like
we
a,
just like,
like
no.
fuck her. Like it's just like
we just
you're
live
working
in the same house.
like but that would be exhausting. I think it's important that we
totally agree. We have
have a good balance of like, I don't want to be talking right now.
We fully respect each other's like quiet time.
Right. And like,
that's one thing we do got on lock.
Right. On lock. Like this morning, for example, like you knew I was in my room, but my door was open.
Right.
So it's a different vibe.
And I felt okay asking,
yelling,
hey, Kristen,
do you want to watch it in the dark? And I was like, no.
And I was
you were like, okay. And then I got up anyway.
Like maybe
because then I felt bad because I was like, oh, I think she really wants to watch it.
Oh.
By the way, don't watch In the Dark, you guys. The end is so bad. We're not even watching the last episode. Okay, enough about that.
Enough about us.
Mushy lame shit.
Oh, should we hug?
Come here.
Come here.
Oh, our headphones. Our headphones like bonked each other. Sorry, I think I have BO.
It's okay. No, we started this new thing. After meals, we're gonna smell each other's breath.
Oh yeah. You know what? We don't need to explain that anymore. We're gonna move on.
Yeah.
Let's take the Myers-Briggs test.
We won't hug, but we'll blow air.
Stop! I can't cry. I have eyeliner on. I have so much eyeliner.
We won't hug, but we'll blow hot air in each other's
hot breath
noses. Okay, Myers-Briggs.
Yes. Okay, so this is the Myers-Briggs test, 16 personalities. This is actually the exact one I took back in college. I totally recognize this interface. So clearly they haven't updated it in fucking 10 years. It's it's the exact thing as the Enneagram. Agree, disagree, goes on a full spectrum, but looks like there's one more. You noticing that? There's neutral in the middle, and then there's like kind of agree.
There's no like strongly agree, or
like it's like a gradient.
Yeah.
You guys see it. We're screen recording too, so you could see it. Let's just hop in though. I think it's going to be probably similar questions to Enneagram. I don't really remember. My result last time I took it, I was an ENFP. I think that was called the leader. I think that was the like, it comes down to a
archetype.
Archetype. Yeah. There you go. That word. Sorry if you hear Link drinking water in the back. She chose the worst time, but the girl's got a drink. All right. Question number 1. You regularly make new friends.
I'm going to go.
I'm going to like a little agree.
I'm going to go on the other side of disagree.
You spend a lot of your free time exploring various random topics that pique your interest. Agree. Seeing
other people cry can easily make you feel like you want to cry too. Absolutely agree. You often make a backup plan for a backup plan.
Kind of agree.
Yeah, I'll go like on the other side of neutral.
You usually stay calm even under a lot of pressure. Kind of agree.
I feel like I internally freak out.
So, I mean, that's a sense of not really staying calm though, right?
Yeah.
Come here.
I'll go on the other side of neutral towards disagree.
At social events, you rarely try to introduce yourself to new people and mostly talk to the ones you already know.
Agree.
Unless I'm hammered.
You prefer to completely finish one project before starting another. Disagree.
I'm gonna, disagree.
You are very sentimental.
Kind of agree.
Agree. You like to use organizing tools like schedules and lists. Agree.
Kind of agree. I'm saying kind of because I'm not going like for audio people. I'm not going all the way to like that side of the agree spectrum. Even a small mistake can cause you to doubt your overall abilities and knowledge. Kind of agree. You feel comfortable just walking up to someone you find interesting and striking a conversation.
Disagree.
Neutral. You are not too interested in discussing various interpretations and analyses of creative works. Disagree.
You're more inclined to follow your head than your heart.
Kind of agree.
Kind of disagree.
You usually prefer just doing what you feel like at any given moment instead of planning a particular daily routine.
Disagree.
Kind of agree.
You rarely worry about whether you make a good impression on people you meet.
Why does this feel like a double negative question?
Rarely worry about it.
Kind of agree.
Kind of disagree. I feel like first impressions to me are super important.
Okay. Yeah. I feel like first impression I don't put too much work into because like I don't want to like set this like high standard,
like unrealistic standard,
and like not act like that the next time I see them.
Got you.
I don't know. I don't really care.
You enjoy participating in group activities.
Agree. You like books and movies that make you come up with your own interpretation of the ending. Agree. Like Verity? Come on.
Oh, agree.
Right?
Yeah. Your happiness comes more from helping others accomplish things than your own accomplishments. Disagree.
Neutral. You are interested in so many things that you find it difficult to choose what to try next. Agree. Literally a few months ago, I wanted to go to acupuncture school, and I still do, but I just like stopped looking into it. Like it's that type of shit with me.
Yeah.
Like I want to do everything, but then I like start and I'm like, I don't know.
I'm a disagree. I'm like a one trick pony.
Like you could have said anything else. That's so good. You're prone to worrying that things will take a turn for the worse. Disagree.
Yeah, disagree.
You avoid leadership roles in group settings. Disagree.
I'm going to go like on the other side of like kind of disagree.
Okay.
You're definitely not an artistic type of person. Disagree. You think the world would be a better place if people relied more on rationality and less on their feelings.
Neutral. I think you need both.
Yeah, neutral.
You prefer to do your chores before allowing yourself to relax.
Absolutely fucking agree.
Kind of agree. Depends on the chore.
You enjoy watching people argue.
Kind of agree.
Depends about what.
Just in general, we can't think too hard.
Okay. Neutral.
That works.
Yeah.
You tend to avoid drawing attention to yourself.
Agree.
Kind of disagree.
Your mood can change very quickly.
Kind of agree.
Kind of agree. You lose patience with people who are not as efficient as you. Agree.
Oh my God. Yesterday,
Pick up your feet.
I had a meltdown.
No, every time like we're out in public and we see like, say, for example, like a restaurant guy is like moving a chair to a different table and he like drags it, fucking pick it up.
Yeah.
It's shit like that. Like
that stuff for sure, like more on like a society level. But like I think about it on a work level. Like
time. Oh, yes.
Like literally yesterday we were working out some stuff with like flights and whatnot. And like the people we were talking to weren't giving us answers when we needed. And I was like, it's not that hard.
Yeah.
Like that type of stuff where I'm like, I'll just do it. Okay. You often end up doing things at the last possible moment. Kind of agree. You always have been fascinated by the question of what, if anything, happens after death.
Absolutely agree.
You usually prefer to be around others rather than on your own. Kind of agree. You know what? I bet you when I took that test in college, it was fully agree. Because I used to hate being alone.
Yeah.
And I grew.
You have gotten a lot more independent.
Yeah. Oh my God. I used to freak out.
You were really scared. I mean, even recently you were scared to move in by yourself and have your own place.
Yep.
But I think that year really did like.
I was meant
you
to
needed
live
that.
alone.
You needed that year.
Yeah, for sure. Live alone if you can at some point in your life, you guys.
You need it.
You need it. What's your answer?
I'm gonna go kind of disagree. I like MySpace.
MySpace.com?
Damn near. You become bored and lose interest when the discussion gets highly theoretical.
Disagree.
You find it easy to empathize with a person whose experiences are very different from yours.
Agree. You usually postpone finalizing decisions for as long as possible.
Neutral.
I'm going to say kind of disagree. Just like a little disagree.
Just a little baby. You rarely second guess the choices that you have made. Kind of disagree.
Kind of agree.
After a long and exhausting week, a lively social event is just what you need.
Kind of agree.
It depends.
That's why I said kind of.
Kind of agree. Yeah.
But like generally, like think about art. We're like, what are we doing this weekend?
Yeah.
Like it's generally
like more recently, it's definitely been like social events.
Right. You enjoy going to art museums.
Agree.
I'm going to say kind of agree because I don't go a lot. But when I do go, I'm like, I got to do this more. This is dope.
You often have a hard time understanding other people's feelings.
Disagree.
Neutral.
You like to have to-do list for each day.
Agree.
Kind of agree. Depends on the day.
You rarely feel insecure.
Depends
on the day. Neutral.
I'm gonna go neutral too.
You avoid making phone calls.
Kind of agree.
Disagree.
You often spend a lot of time trying to understand views that are very different from your own. Kind of agree.
I don't spend like a lot of time. Neutral.
In your social circle, you are often the one who contracts your friends and initiates activities. Why was that sentence like so hard for me to read? Agree.
Neutral.
If your plans are interrupted, your top priority is to get back on track as soon as possible.
Agree.
I fucking hate it. I'm one of those people. One thing goes off in the plan. I'm like, oh my God.
Yep.
Like, we have to redo everything.
It now like the whole thing is just gone haywire.
Right. Look at Link right now. Guys, my dog is so weird.
No, she's so weird.
Mom, I love you with all my heart. You're my best friend. You want to do the test? Which one do you think you are?
You're still bothered by mistakes that you made a long time ago.
Kind of agree.
Kind of agree.
You rarely contemplate the reasons for human existence or the meaning of life. Disagree. Jesus.
Your emotions control you more than you control them.
Agree. Working on that.
You take great care not to make people look bad, even when it's completely their fault. Kind of agree.
Kind of disagree. Your personal work style is closer to spontaneous burst of energy than organized and consistent efforts.
Disagree.
Agree. I think that our answers right there are our jobs.
Yeah.
Like my job is very much like burst
When
of
you have
energy.
like
I can't do my job unless I have energy.
Yep. And mine is so like scheduled.
You're able to sit and hone in.
We have a system and a network and
wow, that's cool. That was a cool answer.
When someone thinks highly of you, you wonder how long it will take them to feel disappointed in you.
Kind of agree.
Kind of disagree. You would love a job that requires you to work alone most of the time. Disagree.
You believe that pondering abstract philosophical questions is a waste of time.
Disagree.
What the hell?
Come on.
Have some fun.
Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. You feel more drawn to places with busy, bustling atmospheres than quiet, intimate places. Agree.
I'm going to go neutral because it's totally depends on my mood. You know at first glance how someone is feeling.
I'm going to say agree.
Disagree. I think it depends on them.
You often feel overwhelmed. Kind of agree. You complete things methodically without skipping over any steps. Disagree.
Yeah, strongly disagree.
Oh, wait, no. So I need to say agree for that one. Shit. Can I do it again?
You skip over steps?
Yes, like on accident. I'm going to say kind of agree.
Okay.
I thought it was saying, I just took it the wrong way.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not very like as detail oriented as I know I should be. I am kind of like I don't read directions when I build something. Like, you know how I am.
No, yeah, I'm definitely like step 1, step 2.
I wish my brain worked that way.
You're very intrigued by things labeled as controversial.
Kind of agree.
Neutral.
You would pass along a good opportunity if you thought someone else needed it more.
Disagree.
Kind of agree. You struggle with deadlines. Kind of agree.
No. Disagree.
Oh, I think this might be the last question. You feel confident that things will work out for you. Agree.
Yeah, agree.
Okay, we're going to submit all this information and get our results, and we'll be right back. Got it?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, my personality type is the architect, INTJT. Architects are imaginative, strategic thinkers with a plan for everything.
Okay. So far, I know that's like a really small.
It feels right. It is. I've always said like I've had a very strong creative brain, but I'm also so logistic logical that I have the two sides of the brain. So like this feels right.
God, that's powerful, Alex.
Oh, thank you. See? Loved that.
Nice. No, that was cool. I got my same answer. I'm an ENFPT, the campaigner. This is exactly what I got a few years ago. So it's crazy to think I got the same one, but that I didn't get the same Enneagram as I got. Oh. And I took these at the same time. It was the same class that I took both. Campaigners are enthusiastic, creative, and sociable free spirits who can always find a reason to smile.
Oh,
that makes me so happy.
Yeah.
Wow. It's stuff like this that like when I'm feeling really dark, like knowing, I know it's just a silly personality test, but knowing that
it's in you,
it's in me still. Like,
yeah,
that's really cool.
That's super special.
Thank you. See, that was hard for me. You saying that, I'm like, stop.
Oh,
like, but no, maybe me giving you words of affirmation will like start helping me like receive it and like be okay with like mushy shit.
I love this.
Yeah.
Okay. Our mind. I am 53% introverted and 47% extroverted.
Whoa, that's pretty in the middle.
Yeah, it is. I've always kind of said like I could lean both ways. Introverted individuals tend to prefer fewer yet deep and meaningful social interactions and often feel drawn to calmer environments.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the way you're in the middle too, but still leaning like a little introverted. Like, I do feel like that's like pretty accurate for you. See, I think I like this test or more already. Just saying. Okay, my mind. I am 70% extroverted and 30% introverted. Extroverted individuals readily enjoy group activities and value social interaction. They tend to be outwardly enthusiastic and express their excitement. I mean, yeah, I get excited about literally everything. Yep. The next one is energy. So it's a scale of intuitive and observant. I am 88% intuitive and 12% observant. Intuitive individuals are very imaginative, open-minded, and curious. They value originality and focus on hidden meanings and distant possibilities. That is me.
Yeah.
That is me. Hidden meanings is my middle name.
Mine has the same description because I'm 76% intuitive and 24% observant.
Okay. Look at us. It's our Pisces moons.
Yeah. Okay. Nature. This is a spectrum of thinking versus feeling. I'm 53% thinking and 47% feeling. So just like slightly leaning towards thinking. Thinking individuals focus on objectivity and rationality, often dismissing emotions in favor of logic. They tend to see effectiveness as more important than social harmony.
That's like what you were just saying. Like as creative as you can be, like logic is your shit.
Yeah, logic. I always like relied on logic. It's kept me safe.
Right. Yeah. There you go. It's your crutch, and I don't mean that in a bad way.
Yeah. Like, it's crutch. Just like it's my backbone.
There you go. That's a better word. So mine is the opposite. I'm 39% thinking and I'm 61% feeling. Feeling individuals value emotional expression and sensitivity. They place a lot of importance on empathy, social harmony, and cooperation. Tracks.
That does track.
For sure.
I think I like this test better too.
No, honestly, the interface is a lot nicer. Yeah. Like taking that test was like a lot cleaner. The next one is tactics. So spectrum of judging and prospecting. What does that mean?
Prospecting.
Judging and prospecting. Maybe once I read it, it'll make sense.
Yeah.
I'm 49% judging and 51% prospecting. Prospecting individuals are very good at improvising and adapting to opportunities. They tend to be flexible nonconformists who value novelty above stability. Interesting.
Okay, that tracks. I got 69% judging and 31% prospecting. Judging individuals are decisive, thorough, and highly organized. They value clarity, predictability, and closure, preferring structure and planning to spontaneity. So I think it is that, just like the way you look at situations, you see it kind of going forward and you're like okay with things being spontaneous and like happening in their own way. Whereas like I need to see it as a whole already done, and then I could like tackle it because I know what needs to be done
and how it's going to play out.
Yep.
Okay.
That tracks.
It's that, I guess that's why for me it said, I value novelty above stability. Like, sure, stability is still great, but like, I'm okay with not knowing because I would rather just like do it on a whim, take it as it comes. Yeah. And I do relate to that. I think of it more, I'm kind of taking this one in a social setting, I think. Yeah. That's kind of where my head went. And I do like that better when it comes to like making plans and whatnot. I still like a plan, but we don't have, it doesn't need to be an itinerary. Right. I'm cool with a plan, but like we can also go to another restaurant. Like, yeah, that type of thing. Okay. The next one is identity. It is assertive and turbulent is the spectrum. I'm 46% assertive and 54% turbulent. It says turbulent individuals are self-conscious and sensitive to stress. They feel a sense of urgency in their emotions and tend to be success-driven, perfectionists, and eager to improve. I relate to that.
Yeah, I got 60% turbulent and 40% assertive. So we're on the same track with that one.
Whoa, that's probably like our most similar one.
Yeah.
Identity. Interesting. Okay, I think that's it.
That's it.
Oh, well, it says you can send more results. I'm sure there's so much more, kind of like the Enneagram. There's so much more you can read about these results you get, more than just like what it spits out at the end. But that was a good summary of ours. Yeah. I definitely like this test way more.
Me too. It felt like, so I think, I mean, in my head at least, the Enneagram felt like a spectrum, right? 1 through 9, and it wrapped around and like where you fell on the spectrum. Right. Kind of gave more insight about who you were. But this is more, so my therapist had talked to me about archetypes and like how we saw people and like how they identify in society. So the example that she gave me was if She went to Japan and in perfect Japanese talked to someone who grew up there and said the word mother in Japanese. Their like the picture that popped up in their head and like their identity of a mother would be somewhat similar to someone who, if you asked in like Arizona, because that's a specific archetype. And they don't change depending on like language or culture or like society. Those are figures in our society that tend to have the same characteristics.
Yeah.
So like this one feels a little more of like our social role rather than like where we land on a spectrum of like personality
like as
traits. As individuals.
Yeah, it's perfectly said. Who we are in society. I kind of want to look up our like the friendship thing for this one.
Yeah.
Let me look it up real quick. We'll be right back. Okay, so this is from the website Truity, which is actually the website where we took the Enneagram test. I think that website just has like a lot of
personality shit.
So ENFP and INTJ as friends. As stated in the earlier section, the ENFP and INTJ will quickly click as their conversations focus on impressions, ideas, opinions, and theories. Tracks. You will find each other stimulating and interesting, and who doesn't want that? Speaking of cognitive functions, each type's auxiliary function is the other's tertiary. Tertiary.
I need to see it.
Tertiary?
Tertiary?
Tertiary.
I don't know that one.
Dictionary? I don't know. Translated. Okay, there we go. There's a translated word. Translated, that means there's an ease of understanding between the two of you. You both will find mutual dislike of the mundane aspects of life, facts, and will frequently look to shake things up. This friendship can be electrifying and help each counterpart grow into new and exciting ways.
Oh my God.
The same cautious comes with an ENFP and an INTJ friendship. Communicate. You each have a different tolerance for social situations. There's a balance between heart and head with these personality types, and each of you can help the other become a better, more well-rounded person. Once you've reached the getting to know you phase, the INTJ can be the ENFP's favorite sounding board, and the ENFP will become the INTJ's greatest cheerleader. Given that both the INTJ and the ENFP have introverted feeling in their cognitive stack, but not as their dominant function, both are inclined to have a sense of stubbornness. Facts. This shared introverted feeling can also cause both to be emotionally guarded, which can lead to communication difficulties. At the end of the day, ENFPs and INTJs are well suited to understand one another and help the other person grow. Are you in an ENFP INTJ relationship dynamic? Tell us about it in the comments. I don't know why I read that part.
But yeah, tell us about it in the comments because I'm actually
too.
This was so validating.
Oh, absolutely.
This was like it made me feel like I'm a person.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like it like brought me back to work.
Yeah.
To earth in some weird way. Our friendship dynamic though, I mean, we were actually just saying this the other night. Like we had a total like main character moment. We were in a taxi on the way to a comedy show and we were like, we live here. We're like looking outside, driving down like Second. Alex was like, yeah, dude, like we really did it. Like
fucking did it.
We made the move. We did it. And I was like speaking for myself, I don't know if I could have done it without you. Like I don't think we would have, not only like could we have done it, I don't think we would have wanted to. That's what I'm saying. Like it's just like I didn't see it without you coming with me.
Yeah.
And like that's happened a lot in our lives where we like do big things. Like we are each other's like hype man when it comes to that and like support system and like encourager. Like I feel like we both have a lot of ambition. I mean, I know we both have a lot of ambition, but we still both have like a devil on our shoulder. I mean, as we all do, but like that devil on our shoulder can sometimes like make us feel kind of insecure, speaking for Alex and I. But then we're each other's angel being like, no, yes, you can.
We got
like,
it. We're each other's motivators.
Yes. That's so interesting. So if there's any other ENFP, INTJ friendships, like please tell us if you relate to our friendship at all. Very interesting. I wish we could talk about all these, but like I would feel weird talking about another type without being able to relate to it. Yeah. So I do want to hear from you guys that are other types than R2. Do you relate to this test? Do you like this test? Like what's it called? Archetype.
Right. And like look up your friend dynamics with like both of these tests and let us know like what you do in your friendship.
Yeah.
Because that was like an interesting part for me. If it's something that you guys already do in like your guys' relationships, or if it's something like you learned about. I don't know. I want to hear more about the friendship stuff.
For sure. And I guess that also kind of goes for our Patreon episode. So any patrons listening right now, for Friday's episode, kind of what we did for the Enneagram follow-up, tell us your results and how you feel about it, which test you like better, or just tell us how you feel about these tests in general. Just, I don't know, let's keep the conversation going. But I feel like this is a lot of personality tests back to back. If you're somebody who doesn't necessarily enjoy this topic, sorry, we'll be back to normal scheduled programming soon. But we nerded out for 2 weeks on this. We love this shit. It's so fun. Cool. I encourage you to take it if you haven't.
And I think it'll give us like another angle of perspective when it comes to like shit we talk about, like other things we talk about with you guys. Mm-hmm. It just like kind of added a little tool into our tool belt as to like who we are and like why we do the things we do.
Yep.
So it can only like help us. It can only help us help you.
It can only help us grow.
This is our growth era.
This is our growth era. Is it? I feel like it's always a growth era.
I fully think something changed in me this year.
Yeah, me too.
I think this year is such a pivot in my life.
Is that Friends reference, or did you not mean to be?
No, I didn't. And I'm kind of mad I didn't catch it before you did.
Oh, sorry. Here, rewind. Can you guys rewind? That's okay.
It wasn't. I think it's ingrained in me.
Right. I feel like, I definitely feel like that this year too, especially with this move. But now that I think about it,
yours was last year.
I was gonna say, I think mine was 2020.
Yes. Yeah.
2020 put me through the ringer and so much confusion.
And back again.
Right. But it was great. So when you feel the way you feel sometimes, maybe think about how you saw me get through that year. Like you'll get through it too. Everybody will. Everybody, you have to have a shit year.
Everyone deserves a shit year.
Fuck you.
All right, guys.
We're gonna go.
Sonia's on her way.
Oh yeah, she's probably like pulling up now.
I
think my phone's on do not disturb. Oh wait, can we tell you guys something? Oh wait, did we already tell you
what?
That we got a vacuum?
Yeah, we fully told them.
Oh, all right. I blocked out this whole episode. Yes, my mom's almost here. I love you guys. Have a great week. Take this test if you haven't. Send it to people you love. Judge the fuck out of them. Whatever you want to do with it.
Have a good week. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. Love you.
Love you. Bye. By the way, it's not going to be Halloween.
Yes, it is.
We're just fucking with you.